live? We're live.
I don't know, but
rolling.
I need to get this Instagram story out of the picture.
Let me try to get this out of my face since it's always in my face.
Welcome to BarTalk.
Welcome to BarTalk, BarTalk, BarTalk.
I think it's about to rain like heck outside.
Can we just say this? Like, I don't know what's good, but every single time that we try to make a podcast, it rains.
Yeah, it does.
Hit like downpours.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm over this rain.
I'm over rain, period. I know it's important, but I hate rain.
No.
I like the rain when I'm not doing anything. When I'm like sitting at home reading a book, chilling, I like the rain.
Or like watching TV or doing something that's not
I don't watch
serious.
TV. You know how I am.
So weird. I'm a big the only thing that I like about watching TV is that it actually forces me not to do anything. Like, I'm so sporadic as it is, so if I have to sit there and like zone in for an hour, I'm like, I gotta stay there because I gotta finish.
But that's what reading a book is like.
Fuck reading books. I can't.
There are two types of friends.
Huh?
There are two types of friends.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Book readers and non-book readers, and they have to be friends with each other.
I just had this conversation not too long ago with Danielle too, because like she keeps posting these books.
Yeah.
And she's like getting through a book every 2 days. And honestly, I'm like, inspiration, because that is not something that I could do.
Yeah, she gave me a bunch of book recommendations.
Dude, go team. Go you guys.
Go team reading.
Go team reading. Go team audiobook.
You don't even listen. You are a podcast.
I'm a podcast listener.
You do not listen to an audiobook.
It's not audiobooks.
No.
I tried to listen to the Tim Kennedy audiobook.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounded like super robotic to me, and then I just like kind of didn't like it. And
I love Tim Kennedy and I love his voice, but that book, I did get the audiobook because I thought it was going to be told like in the normal Tim Kennedy voice, and it was very bookish and readish.
It sounded like they put sentences together.
Yes, I don't know.
Right?
I liked reading it better. I liked to read. I stopped listening.
I don't read, so I guess I'll never know what it says or what's in the book.
Oh my god!
Just watched that hour-long what'd you even call it, a documentary?
Yeah, it's a documentary.
It was pretty good. It was really good, actually.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Let's not be boring.
Okay. Hello. Sorry.
Boring bitch.
Apologize.
Come on.
It's like almost 8:00 at night, and we have been trying to record this podcast for like 2 hours, and we just forgot what I was doing and got my ADHD brain started editing video. I love how
it changed to, she goes, I forgot.
It's literally just me. Got so sidetracked. But I posted the video. It's all good. We're here. Let's talk about our weekend. We have to formally apologize because we didn't make a drunken video.
And I will say this. I asked that night, I said, drunk as shit. I was like, Tracey, are we going to film this video or what? And she said, nah, fuck that.
Dude, I didn't know if I could hold my shit together.
It was...
we were having such a good time,
was so fun.
We were having such a good time.
I ended up just FaceTiming Brett.
Yeah.
For like an hour.
Yeah, but that was after we got back, though.
No, so picture Tracey and Abigail. We'll rewind the story and go back to the beginning. But picture Tracey and Abigail drunk as shit. We've Ubered back to the Airbnb.
Which
we're
the
changed.
Uber. Wait, pause. The
no,
Uber
we'll
song.
tell that story later. That was before
it a different
we left.
one?
Yes, that was not the one home. That was the one there.
I don't even remember going back.
My
I think
it was just like some random dude. Okay,
so fun.
So we get back to the Airbnb. We're drunk as shit. I was like, yo, I'm gonna FaceTime Brett because when I'm drunk, I'm ready to talk to everybody. And so I FaceTime this dude. Downstairs, the walls are really thin, and there are these people downstairs arguing. And so Tracey's like, oh my God, I gotta hear what's going on. She's crying. And her head is down. Picture like face down, ass up. Tracey's listening on this hardwood floor to these people arguing. And I'm grilling Brett, this guy, with like questions over FaceTime. I'm just like, yo, what's up? What's good? You know, like just asking 100 questions like I do. And Brett's just like hanging there just for dear life, just like what's going on. I'm
giving you like all the tea of what's going on.
And then Tracey's in the background, face down, ass in the air, and she's like, you know, this bitch shouldn't even be upset. She's like giving her feedback on the entire argument. She's like rhetorically analyzing the fucking argument that they're having.
You know what was so bad though is like I could hear everything that they were saying, and like I mean, I know I'm a loud person, so like I can only imagine if they could hear what I was saying about them, because I was like, this bitch can't be serious. Yeah. I'm like, that's not even real. I'm like, now she's hysterical. I can hear it coming out of her nose. Like, you know, she's like getting into it. You can hear like the whole snot and all, and I'm like, man, this girl's like
really upset.
Either really trashed or she's really upset for no reason, because it was not that serious.
Maybe both.
It was so funny.
Yeah, she was like upset because he didn't go to dinner with her or something.
No, he said hello. He said that another girl at the bar was pretty, and so she was like freaking out about it. And I was like, that's just really funny, because me and Stefano, like, we call everybody else pretty, and we'd be like, wow, that's a really good looking person, huh? And he's like, yeah.
You guys have that relationship. I don't know. They could have had like a rocky start. So maybe that's
I don't know. But all I know is that I heard every word that was going on down there. So I'm sure they heard me giving them feedback.
Well, we were like dancing before, listening to music loud as fuck, and like walking around in our heels on the hardwood floor. Like
clunk, 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 clunk. Those big ass heels that you had. It was a ton of fun.
I changed like 20 times that night.
Yeah, you did. And like in pure Abigail fashion, like just wanted to have fun, which like obviously we did. But I was talking about this with Stefano the other day, and it was just so funny to like think back to it. Like, we're at the bar, okay? First of all, Abigail is getting compliments all day on this dress that she wore.
Okay.
I mean, like, she looked amazing. It was her birthday. The dress was hot as shit.
The dress got more attention than me. I know everyone was talking and sitting there that I was telling the story to. They were all like, it's you wearing the dress, like, deserve the compliment. Yeah, whatever. No, like, these people, there were a few people that were just like, you guys are beautiful. You guys look great. Oh, you look so hot. This guy was like, you look sexy, you know, whatever. But most of the night, it was like, people, old, young, men, women, didn't freaking matter. We're like stopping on their bikes, stopping their car, stopping.
Oh, the couple that stopped on their bike, dude, they stopped and they were like, you look so gorgeous.
They were like, your dress.
They were so nice.
It was the dress. It was dress. Like, they were this fucking, I'm like, dude, I need to wear this dress when I need something.
More often.
Dude, I will make so many friends wearing that dress.
I know, but it was nice. But listen, so we're at the bar, right? And we're like, this is like later on in the night. I guess this isn't even like the first time. We had gotten an Uber to go to this one place. Literally didn't even step foot in that place. Turned around and went and got food.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're not doing this right now. We are still hungry, so we need to go get food. So we're like face deep in this ranch dressing, chicken fingers and French fries.
I had my chicken tacos.
Yeah, she had her chicken tacos. I'm literally like fisting this thing of ranch dressing, and this guy like comes up and is like talking to you, and straight up Abigail's like in her moment with these tacos. She's like, this is not happening.
Yo, like, I told the guy, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, like, I know you're trying to talk to me right now. I was like, but I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm face deep in these. I am making love to tacos.
Yes, like,
and
she's
I'm just
so in it. And this guy like was kind of cool. One of his friends came over. He was really cool. Like,
the friend was cooler. With her. The friend was like,
he was cool. And then they like went to go buy us a drink to be super nice. And then Abigail literally was like, okay, let's go. So we turned around and left. So that was like one of them. Then we're at the next place, the surfer bar, right? And those two kids this was hysterical. I don't even know if you remember this. These two kids were sitting with us at the corner, okay? And the guy like looks at me and he's like, you know, what are you drinking? And we were like, tequila and club and lime or whatever. Yeah, we're like, tequila, club and lime. He's like, okay. And he went to go buy us drinks. And there's 2 levels to this bar. So the upstairs bar didn't open until like 9:30. And Abigail's like shooting the shit with these guys. These guys are like really chill dudes. They had gone to FSU like, I think like 2 years prior or something like that, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, they go to literally buy us drinks. He orders the drink, is actively hitting on Abigail. Abigail literally looks at me and she's like, oh, it's 9:30, we gotta go upstairs. I'm like, no. Like, no, wait, hold on. The dude's about to buy us free drinks. I'm like, off. Free drinks. And that is a free $15. Stay here, okay? Just don't move. I'm like, no. You're like, let's go. Abigail gets up. She runs away. I look at the guy. I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. I like get up with her and leave. I'm like, damn it.
I didn't see them again. So we need to go through the night. Okay, we need to go through the whole night. We go to Jack's Beach. We didn't even tell them where we were. We were in Jack's Beach. We get to Jack's Beach. We go to Neptune Atlantic Beach. We walk around. We get a drink. We walk around. We shop, whatever. We leave. We go from Atlantic Beach to Jack's. No, we go to the Airbnb. check in, change into like a little bit better of clothes, but still not like dinner clothes. And we go out where you're like, let's just get a drink. Let's go for a walk on the beach. Mm-hmm. And as we're leaving to go for a walk on the beach after we got a drink, we see this place that I'd been wanting to get reservations to. We had no idea it was right there. Oku. This fucking amazing sushi place. If you're in Jack's Beach, Oku's amazing. It's got this rooftop bar overlooking the beach. It's beautiful. So after we walk on the beach, I'm like, let's just go in and see if we can get up at the rooftop bar. And Tracy's like, dude, we're not even dressed. Like, the whole point was like to look nice and go out to a nice dinner. I'm like, whatever.
I'm like, I have like sweat dripping down my jean shorts.
Because we're walking on the beach.
I did not look nice enough for this.
Yo, let's get sushi. So we go up there. We get incredible sushi. Great drinks.
Greek. Hello. Goat cheese, salmon.
Yeah.
Right? Avocado.
Yeah.
Tempura roll.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Best sushi we've ever had.
And then like a California roll with fresh salmon and lemon.
And lemon slices
on top.
Wow.
It was just incredible. We didn't eat enough though, because we're like, screw it, let's leave. I want to go back, change. We got some drinks at the liquor store.
Yeah, we went and instead of eating dinner, we went and got popcorn and M&Ms and then went back to the Airbnb and drank tequila and then went out.
And I changed my outfit like 3 times because I didn't know what to wear, and we were drinking. And then finally I put on the famous dress, and we get an Uber to go back out to this place called the Ritz. And this guy who's in the Uber, we were saying that we were going out. It was my birthday, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh my God, happy birthday. I worked in an Italian restaurant and I know how to sing happy birthday in Italian. Can I sing it for you?
Protect this guy at all costs.
Dude, fuck yes, you can sing in Italian to me. So I'm like 5 drinks deep at this point, 6, something, whatever. An absurd. And he's singing to me and I'm just soaking it in.
He was so nice.
And he really went hard too. It was not a joke singing. Like he was like, I mean, he brought it out. You know, it was awesome. And
we were hooting and hollering for him at the end.
Yeah.
Like, he was a really cool guy. Yeah, I do have it on film. Uber needs to protect that driver at all costs. I mean, he was cool.
He was really cool. We get to the Ritz. We don't step foot in the Ritz. We immediately go to this place called Surfer Bar.
And the Uber was like, oh, you're going to the Ritz. That's where all the party people go. We even asked a guy prior, like when we were looking Atlantic for clothes, Beach. Where do you go? He said the Ritz. We're like, yeah, let's go to the Ritz. Don't even go to the Ritz.
No, not once. We did not step one foot in the Ritz. We leave to go, unless the Ritz was where we got food.
No, it's not.
Okay. I have no idea where we ate food.
We literally, you said, I don't want to do this. We need to get food. And I said, okay. And we walked
where did we
go? Down the road to, it was just some dive bar. All I saw is that it had chicken tenders and that's what I wanted.
Right.
And she wouldn't give me an answer on what she wanted. So I said,
I don't remember you asking me. I remember we went to Surfer Bar. We talked to those dudes, right? I was already getting like insane compliments on my dress. I was like, it's going to be fun.
I'm like, I'm going to use Abigail for all the free drinks.
Dude, the amount of times I got hit on and had no idea. The next morning at coffee, we'll tell that story after. That was so funny.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we go to Surfer Bar and we're talking to these guys. And Tracy, I think she just has married person vibes. Like, they just know.
Because I literally was just, like, looking at her. And I'm like, is she going to say something so we can get a free drink? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, am I going to have to, like, dive in real quick?
Right, but all these guys are talking to me, and I'm like, Tracy's just putting out hella married vibes or something.
Because I literally, like, could give no fucks. Like, I was vibing by myself. I was in the chair dancing by myself. Yeah. I was having a great time.
Well, you and we were, like, sending videos to my mom. That's awesome.
It was
we just didn't give a fuck. We were there. It was a girls' night.
Yeah.
So these guys are talking, and I'm like, whatever. And we're talking to them, and they're about to buy us a drink, and I see the upstairs opens, and I'm like, let's go dance. Bye. And I leave, and Tracy's like, I'm like, I gotta fucking go.
No. Shit. I'm like, now I have to spend $15 upstairs when I could have just got free 2 drinks right here. Like, what are you doing?
You're like, Abigail, I have you here for a reason. You are the single bitch that gets us drinks.
I am literally here for the dress and for the free drinks, and you're fucking it up at all costs.
So I'm up. I don't even see this encounter happening. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs. We're dancing. Probably for like 10 minutes. It wasn't super lit, obviously, because it had just opened. Yeah. And so Tracey and I looked at each other and we were like, we are drunk and we need to eat immediately or it's going to be a very bad night for us. Because at that point, we were 6 or 7 drinks in. Mm-hmm. So we go to this whatever bar. Mm-hmm. We eat our chicken tacos. We eat our chicken fingers. Best food I've ever had in my life to date.
Like when I said before, we were fist deep in this ranch dressing bucket. We literally, like we were already drunk and my hands were covered in this ranch dressing. And this poor dude comes up to hit on Abigail and I'm like looking like a fucking drowned crab in this ranch dressing. I got like chicken tenders and french fries in my mouth. I'm like, I don't care who is going to talk to me. They were the best food ever. Yeah,
now this guy, really this guy was into Tracey though. Like this guy was like reaching over me and he's like, so you?
Oh, he's like, look what she does as a job. And he like pointed at my biceps and I was like, tequila, soda, lime.
Yeah, like give me you wanted to get me a drink, get me a drink.
I was like, yeah, I'm a personal trainer. So like, tequila, soda, lime. And the guy was like, okay. And then he bought us a drink. And then as soon as we took the drink, Abigail was like, all right, I'm done with my tacos. Let's go.
Dude, like, shout out to the guy sitting next to us. There's this one guy, he was like older. And he was also just as drunk as us. And we looked at him and we were eating. And I looked at this man. I said, man, I'm so sorry. This is so gross that I'm just going so hard on this food and my friend here. And he's like, I'm about to have a steak ordered in like 3 minutes. I'm going to be right there with you guys. And he's like slurring his words. Yep. and the guy's watching this other dude come up and hit on us. And he's just sitting there like, oh, this dude's got no luck.
The dude's shaking his head because he's like, I know these ladies just want to eat their food.
Like, they're
just like, fuck off,
They're
guys.
just eating. So we ate. We left. We told them we were going. We're like, hey, we're leaving, but we're going to go to this bar if you want to join. And they gave us the nastiest look as we walked out.
Yeah, they were mad.
They were pissed. They were mad. Whatever. Oh, well. We go back to Surfer Bar. We go back to Surfer Bar, and I don't know. We danced for like an hour probably.
Broke my high heel. Yeah. Had my high heel on the bar with Abigail trying to fix it.
This guy, the bartender's like, yo, are you trying to like strip dance on the bar or something?
Yeah, I had 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the bar. Abigail is on the bar trying to fix my high heel. One of the dudes behind me looks at me, he's like, I almost made a joke asking where your prosthetic was until I realized that your foot was on the bar. Like he thought I had 1 foot.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh God. And the bartender was looking at me like, yo, I'm like, it's okay. We got it. You know, like, it's all good.
Gotta fix this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we danced for a little bit longer, and then our feet were just blistered to shit. And so we left, we Ubered back, and that's when all the chaos happened back at the Airbnb. And the next morning, we were so hungover. We go up to get coffee. We go walk to get coffee, which honestly felt so good. We needed to sweat.
We walked
so bad.
2 miles to get coffee.
We walked 2 miles in total to get coffee.
We walked 2 miles to get coffee.
Hey, that place was awesome, though. And this guy...
Strike 10 for Abigail.
We go and we order our drinks, and I see this guy looking over at us, and I'm kind of like, is something on my face? Like, what's going on? And our whole plan is we're going to order the drinks, and we're going to walk back. So we're waiting for our drinks, and this guy's sitting next to us up at the bar. And eventually he, like, I guess, gets the courage to talk to me, and so he talks about my polar. And we're talking about fitness and whatever, and he wrestled, and I did jiu-jitsu, and okay, cool. I mean, this guy's, like, very sweet, very respectful, honestly pretty. He had the
shook our hands, was like, hey, I'm so-and-so.
Had the prettiest blue eyes I've, like, ever seen in my life. Really nice. He said, oh, what's your name? I'm Abigail, Tracey. And we immediately get our drinks, and I'm like, okay, anyways, bye. And we start walking out, and Tracy's like, you know that guy?
Number, like... You wanna see him again? Like, this guy actually, like, put his hand out and was so nice to her, like, asking her about her polar. Oh, that's so cool. What you do, da-da-da. Okay, bye. Never see you again. Let's never talk to him again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So we walked a mile back, and that was that.
I looked at Tracey, and we were halfway back, and I was like, wait, I think that guy was hitting on me. And Tracey,
like, this dumb bitch. Like, literally, like, strike 10. Like, just top it off in the morning while you're sober and still doing the same thing.
Dude, I don't
Honestly,
care. Whatever. I was there. When I say I was there, I was like, we are having a girls' trip for my birthday. That meant fully girls.
I could give a shit less about anyone else.
I could not care if freaking... Who's the hottest guy I know?
I don't know.
The
hottest guy you know.
The hottest guy I know came up to me and started shooting the shit at a bar. I would have been like, cool, anyways, gotta go dance.
Yeah.
Bye.
Super fun time, though. Really fun time. Yeah. So.
Oh, my God.
Sorry for not doing a drunk whatever podcast. But you know what? Maybe we'll do one. We'll do one while we're here.
We would have been able to. We would have had to delete it probably anyways.
Yeah, it would probably have been bad. Well, that leads us into what we're going to talk about for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're talking today about...
Ow, I got a knot in my hair.
You always have a knot in your hair.
We're talking today about how to have fun and fitness. No, just kidding. Just be serious. Balance. People literally, so I put a Q&A up all the time. Like, hey, what's a question that you guys wanted to talk about on the podcast? Or like, Q&A, ask me anything, whatever. And literally every single time I put one up, there's somebody always different that says, how do you balance your lifestyle with fitness? And I never answer it because, like, I just feel like it's not Instagram story worthy for me to really answer that. Like, it's either too long or I'm literally just going to be like, you're taking this shit too serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just can never answer that question on Instagram story, or else it would be like a 10-thing story, and I don't want to do that to people. So that's what we're doing. And we went out and had a great time. Right? Like, pure example, we went out and had a baller time. Like, we drank our asses off. We ate like shit. The next day, I wouldn't say we ate the best. We woke up and had muffins and croissants and coffee and, like, you know, obviously splurged for the weekend. Tacos. But, like, here we are. We're back on our bullshit. You know, we've been working out all week. We feel fine. Like, maybe had a couple days of the bad, but...
Whatever.
So what? Like, it's not going to kill us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think... balance is a hard thing for me to talk about because I really...
Well, you've been on the back end of it.
And I don't understand balance entirely because I'm so intense that for me, balance is kind of just always work. Like, for me, balance is I work all the time. And if I have to relax, I read a book and I... like edit social media reels.
Yeah.
And
like I feel like I'm the one in our friendship that's like,
you're so much better.
I'm like, hey, it's okay. Even though I'm super chaotic and I'm like, you know, go. Like, I'm always the one that's like, hey, we can go out and like, you're going to be okay tomorrow. And you'd be like, no, I got to go home. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, it's just one day.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I drink. Well, first of all, I think that your body is better suited for drinking than mine. I was talking the next day and I was like, fuck the whole my body's a temple thing. My body's like a shack that's just going to blow over at any large gust of wind. And I need it to be sunny, no breeze all the time because a gust comes and it's like, oh, like I'm gone. And I feel like hard. You have the temple where it's like, it can wind, it can hurricane, it can tornado, earthquake it up, and it's just like chilling.
I'm the one that drank more than Abigail.
You had, I think I counted 8 drinks I had. You had easily 11. You had 11 drinks. You had 3 more drinks than me.
But we didn't even include any of the drinks that other people gave us or the shots or any of that.
We didn't include the shots.
No. So let's just say 11 drinks, whatever. And I'm the one that woke up in the morning, and Abigail's like, I feel terrible. Like, the look on her face was like, I am so pissed off at you that we came here, but she would be grateful about it like in an hour. I literally woke up and was like, I feel great.
Tracey was like,
this is awesome.
Tracey was like, I kind of feel like my body detoxed. I'm like, I am going.
She's like, I cannot believe you right
die.
Now. Yeah. I'm like, we need food. She was like, I feel way too hungover to get food. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give her like about half an hour of getting ready.
Dude, after
cleaning
coffee.
Up this Airbnb. And I'm going to say, listen, bitch, we're getting food. You'll feel fine. And I'm like, so cool. I'm like in my morning grind already. Yeah. And my body's like, you need food, like stat, you know, the caffeine, IV. And you're like, literally, we're walking to a coffee. We're drenched in sweat. Like, it was so bad. She just looks like so depleted. And I'm just like... This is great.
I felt better on the walk, but it came in waves. Like, I woke up, felt like shit. We went on a walk. I was like, this is great. I feel great. We like got in the car after the walk and I was like, I take that back. I feel terrible. Yeah. And then we drive to downtown Jackson. We go to this marketplace and I'm walking around and I'm like, I have to like piss or shit or throw up and I need food immediately. And Tracey's just shopping. She's having a great time.
Yeah, there's this like downtown Riverwalk where a bunch of these, like pop-up businesses come and they have like a tent and, it's all like craft show. Like, people that make really cool stuff. And like, I am having a great time. That's like my thing. And I'm looking at all these things and Abigail's like beamlining towards the food trucks like, I need to eat something or else I'm going to kill someone here.
I was like, I'm going to throw up.
I'm so hungover. I'm like, dude, relax.
Tracey's like, okay.
I'm trying to look at the art, bro. I'm like, take it down. It's fine.
Oh my God. So I can't talk about balance because when I feel always out of balance unless for me, balance is, am I rested? Do I feel okay? Are my clients taken care of? Am I still progressing in my training? Do I have work stuff figured out? Like that to me is if I can juggle those things, and then still have some time for my friends. Mm-hmm. If I can juggle those things, I'm good. If I add in partying, drinking, eating a bunch of shit, I'm like, whoa, wait, that's another ball.
Like it just that's another ball. Your ship over.
Yeah, so I think I'll let Tracey lead this podcast because I don't really. Oh. For me, it's just like, don't ever drink.
No.
If you do, get the Sunday scaries.
Yeah, right. No. I just think like it is, I'll tell you what, it is hard. Some people have a really hard time like going out every weekend and just throwing their whole week out the window. But my thing with it and like things that I've told people in the past is like, let's say your clerk can take over a whole week. You're doing great Monday through Friday. And then all of a sudden Saturday and Sunday, it's like pizza, hot dogs, beer, FSU tailgate. Yeah, let's go, raw. And you just throw all that shit out the window. Yeah, you just throw all that shit out the window. Yes, okay, you do that for a weekend. It's literally not going to ruin you. You're having a great time with your friends. Why would you want to stop your life, for something that you're not going to necessarily benefit from? Like, don't stop your life and have a good time. But if you do that weekend after weekend after weekend, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think that people are very, like, they don't understand the whole balance-esque of it. It's like, we don't go out and party every weekend. Like, we have competitions on a monthly basis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we train our asses off. And, like, if I want to have a glass of wine midweek, okay. But I'm not drinking a bottle of wine every single week or, like, going out every single weekend. Like, you got to pick and choose your battles.
I think it also depends on your goals. If your goal is to just, not die and work out so that you don't die and have you live, to see your grandkids and you're not in pain all the time, then honestly, sure, go out every weekend. I don't care. Like, your goals are different. If your goals are to complete some tournament or you have a competition or a race or you're really trying to meet this aesthetic goal, then of course, yeah, you're going to have to track your food or you're going to have to be cautious of what you eat. You're going to have to be careful about what you drink and how much you drink. You're going to have to make sure you get enough sleep. I mean, sleep and nutrition. Sleep and nutrition for everything are the pillars too. I say the beach house model. That's what's going to be. I'm going to talk about in my seminar too. That I do, but it doesn't just apply to hypertrophy training. It's across all sports. Like sleep and nutrition are the stilts. They're the foundation to your beach house.
Yeah.
And all the volume, frequency, intensity, duration, that's all inside the house. That's how you decorate your house. That's how you create the final product. But if you don't have the foundation, you're done. So yeah, if you sleep like shit and you eat like shit, good luck being good at any of the things you want to compete in. If you want to be semi-healthy and live to see a later age, then yeah, do cocaine on the weekends for all I care. Like, don't get a fentanyl overdose. People have been dying, but
like don't go that far. But
don't go crazy. Fun. But like, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, I think like just for me and like, I don't know, I guess maybe because like I was an athlete in college and like I always think about it, like I had a great time when I was in college. One of my biggest regrets when I was in college as far as like sports and balance in life is like I did like shit in my sport. However, it's a regret of mine that I'm willing to take on because I had a great experience. And I think that's just something that kind of like stays with me. Like when I think about balance of it all, like I eat relatively healthy 90% of the time. I eat well, I hydrate well, I sleep like shit. But
Tracy sleeps like,
yeah, my sleep schedule's whacked.
terrible.
But other than that, like if I'm going to be able to balance, like I'm never going to sacrifice the time that I get to spend with my friends on their birthday. I'm never going to sacrifice the time that I get to spend like with my family. Like if I'm with my parents and they want to go get pizza, like I'm not going to say, "Oh no, I can't go get pizza." You know what I'm saying? Like I would never sacrifice the happiness that I get out of being with my people and having that good time, like for what?
I think I know exactly what you're saying. I think that their struggle is, and why they ask us those questions, or why they ask you those questions, is because they don't know where the line is between I'm going to do this out of enjoyment for the memories, for the people I love, versus I'm now entering careless, I'm just fucking off zone.
Right.
And there is a difference. And so you have to, first of all, part of it is you're going to have to say no to things. Mm-hmm. Like even your friends sometimes. There have been times where Tracy or Faith or other ones, they were going out and I'm just like, I'm not going out. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bed, you know. But you have to, but on Tracy's birthday, it's like, I'm going out.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So special occasions, also where you go to eat. Like you can go get pizza or go get sushi or whatever with your family. Just, I don't know, look at the menu 30 seconds longer and find something more reasonable on the menu.
Right.
You know?
Right. Don't just say you're not going to do that or,
right.
You know, or like just give it up entirely.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when people say, like, I don't know if you ever, I heard this from somebody not too long ago, but they were saying like the biggest problem that people have is they say that they don't want something specifically because it makes them want it more. So if it's like all your friends are eating donuts and you're like, no, I'm not going to eat the donut. And it's like then when you eat the donut, you have 7 instead of 1. It's like if you want something and you crave it and you're going to have that experience and the memories with your friends and your family, go ahead and do that because then you're doing everything in moderation and you're letting yourself have that moment where you're just like, okay, you will get back on your shit. Not you hope to. Like you have to put yourself in that mindset that you will and you are on your shit to be able to do that. You know, and like that's kind of where I don't know. I think that balance helps me out because I know that it's not every weekend. Like I have competitions every month. So I do pick and choose my battles. Like I'll go out with you, but I'm not going to drink like this week. I have a competition on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And like when I end up going towards my 50K next year, like I'm not going to be drinking every weekend leading up to that. Like that's a big race for me, you know? Afterwards, I might be wanting to have a little bit more fun, but you know what I'm saying?
People have a binge mentality, and I can speak about this because I understand it and have done it before, where they say no to something until they don't say no, and then their entire mindset is screw it, I've messed it up already, so I'm going to just keep going and I'll fix it tomorrow. And that's where people get out of balance.
Right.
You ask how you stay on balance is you either say you don't want one and you don't have one, or you have one and then you stop.
Right. You mentally know that you're on your shit while you're doing that.
And if you have to work, you have things that you have to do, you learn when to say no. And if you have family in town or it's a special occasion or you need to ditch work one day because somebody's sick or some big event's happening, then you say, I'm going to take this day and enjoy it and then get back to work tomorrow. I think part of it is the binge mentality. People do something that they say they're not going to do, and then they get down on themselves. And then because they're down on themselves, they push themselves farther into a hole. When in reality, either stick to your no, say no and stick to it, or plan that something's probably going to slip up a little bit and then enjoy it. Like enjoy the fall. You know what I'm saying? For me, we went out. I planned before we left. I was like, I'm going to not eat the greatest, and I'm probably going to drink.
Right.
And that's how it's going to go. And because I planned for it in my mind, when it started happening, I didn't feel the need to binge on anything or to like dive into this deep despair of, oh no, I've messed everything up. It was, I'm going to do this. And then tomorrow, I'm going to fix it.
Right.
And I'm going to enjoy the memories.
Back on Monday, and you're going to get your good workouts in, and you're going to go right back into your routine.
Dude, by the time Sunday evening we got home, I was like, I'm getting in the sauna. The next day I was like, I'm going to fast just because it feels good for me. And I'm going to do my training sessions. And I mean, like, that was my day.
Yeah.
It was whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's have the essential oils. We had to have a little pause break situation because
the battery got exhausted.
It literally said the battery got exhausted, and I'm exhausted too. So
okay, do you want Into the Future again?
Yeah,
We're essential oiling it.
Manifesting a
Jodocine is coming on our podcast.
Yeah, he's been liking a bunch of my stuff, which is really scary. I don't know why I said scary.
I'm
scared. Not scary at all. I'm scared. No. It's actually pretty cool. I'm going to be on Obstacle Course Racing Media's podcast September 13th, so that's a lot of fun. Lit.
Oh my god, that shit is literally purple.
Yeah, this is really strong. What is this?
Ooh, Into the Future.
Oh god, well I'm smelling a new tomorrow.
She's getting high.
Yeah, I'm literally high off of those oils. All right, where did we leave off? We left off about talking about having a good relationship with food. Oh,
bad relationship with food. You were talking about how people have bad relationships with food.
Oh, I was going to
Which
say,
is true.
I feel like we'll make this super fast so we can get out of here because it's pretty late. Whatever. I feel that
you're rushing the guests, Tracy.
I'm not rushing anything. I'm just looking at the time.
You have a late.
I don't have to do shit tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't do shit tomorrow. You don't even have one client.
I have 2 clients. But my first one isn't until 8:45.
Girl, you're fine. I have a freaking...
Fine. I'm going to be up early anyway because my body alarm, but whatever.
Okay.
I get to sleep in.
This is the most so chaotic podcast. And this podcast has no balance.
Yeah, speaking of... No, just kidding. Should I just had a stroke for a second? I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I can't. My brain is spinning in circles right now. Hold on, you gotta let me. I need to da na 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 when the Windows computer goes down. And I'm like da na na na. I'm here again. Hello. Okay.
This is so fucked up.
Da na na na. Okay. Anyway, what we were saying was, I feel that beginning people's, I'm going back to when people first come into the gym and they talk to you about this is my goals, this is what I want to do, whatever, and they go out all the time, or they're in college, or they're having a good summer fun and whatever. I feel like it's really important for people to actually reset and contradict what I said beginning about having those regrets, because it's almost like people need to learn how to have a good balance and learn to be respectful of their relationship with food, you know what I'm saying, before they are able to have a lot of things.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, because
you saying that there's a certain level of not regret, but there's
a rein
in. You need to understand when you have to rein in.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever just say to somebody they're oh my god, how do you have a good balance with what you're doing? How do you have a good balance? I'm just balance. Okay, well, what the fuck does that mean? At some point you have to kind of bring it in and have a good diet and sleep well and have good hydration and be on your shit training wise. And then I feel like you're kind of able to have a good balance with adding in those days of going out and having fun with your friends, because then you're already in the mindset that you're doing well in your fitness and in your daily routine. So that way when you go out and you come back, you don't just derail yourself.
Well, I think also when you build something that's worth protecting, you're less likely to put it in danger, So when you build a body or a routine or a lifestyle, are you gulping right now?
Sorry, I didn't know.
She is gulping her. I am saying something important, bitch. When you build something that's worth protecting, you're not going to risk as much to hurt it. Yeah. You're not going to go out of your way to do things that could derail what you've created. Mm-hmm. And so part of it is building a routine, having some sort of consistency, learning to say no. Mm-hmm. And it's all about personality types. Some people need to learn to say no to things, and some people need to learn to say yes to things, and that's how you have balance. There were times earlier in my fitness journey.
I hate that word.
Earlier when I first started training, where I really actually needed to say yes to food. and going out and having fun and doing things. And I still feel like I struggle with that, with doing fun stuff. Sometimes I have to just learn to say yes to going out and taking a break.
Yeah.
There are people that come to me, a lot of my clients, that they need to learn to say no to things. They say yes to the things that are not going to build a positive routine. And they say, oh, it's still recording. I don't know. Sorry, I just had like trauma flashback that it stopped recording. We need to stop this podcast. We
just can't get over the fact that the camera told us that it was exhausted. I mean, like, it didn't even say the camera died. It said it said camera is exhausted. And
I'm exhausted.
Bitch.
Sorry, wait, what was I saying? Oh, people, they need to learn to start saying no to the things like going out, drinking, eating like shit. And they need to start saying yes more to things like, let me go to bed early. Let me read this book. Let me go for a walk outside in the sun. Let me walk at all today. I mean, like, you'd be surprised how many people don't even freaking walk. Like, their average step count is 3,000 to 4,000 steps a day. Do you know how many steps I get a day?
Crazy.
I mean, I have an active job, but I mean, I'm getting 20,000 steps a day. Today and you with your runs, with your base run.
Let's see. Today, right now, I'm at 25,840.
Damn.
And that's just because I've been up since 3:30 this morning. But I mean, it is
that's
what it is.
That's so disgusting. That's so gross.
It is what it is. I'm going to shout out one of our gym moms real quick because she's probably listened to this podcast.
Mitzi?
Yeah. Mitzi's been killing it with her balance recently. She's a really good person. So, like, here's something I wanted to touch on too, because I was just talking to somebody about this. Katina was talking about this on the Stairmaster. Yes, one of our girls, and yeah, I'm gonna outshow names. Okay, she said she had to lose like 40 pounds. Isn't that what? Remember, she said 40 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, from where? Okay. Second of all, she just needs a better relationship with her diet, right? And we were talking about meal prepping.
Yeah.
And Mitzi is doing it right. Mitzi is one of our gym moms. Love you, mean it, girl. She's the best. Literally takes care of us. My shirt is like doing all sorts of things in the back here.
I'm looking
like,
at
really
you. You're fucking.
Hold on, I gotta like fix my shit real quick.
You're bouncing all over the place. Back first, Katina.
Right.
Katina doesn't actually. Let's preface. She could lose weight if she wanted to. She doesn't need to lose that much weight.
No, 40 pounds. 40 pounds. I mean, that was kind of for Katina, I would say that's pretty excessive.
These people have no idea who that is.
They don't know who she is. But
for reference, she just doesn't need to lose 40 pounds. Anyways, back to Mitzi.
So anyway, we were having the conversation because she doesn't have a good relationship with food and she has a terrible balance where like she bowls. So on the weekends, she'll go out bowling and she eats like nachos and just like eats like shit. She comes home, she eats fast food, whatever, right? And I was using Mitzi as a great example because people get in these weird...
Ooh, bowling nachos are nasty.
Oh, I know. Because she gets in this weird habit where she feels like she has to meal prep, like everybody and their mother meal preps, and you make specific meals, right? Mm-hmm. So then you wake up and you're like, I meal prep tacos, but I don't want tacos. And then you're like, shit, I got to eat those tacos that I made 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. And then you don't want to eat them. So then you go and you order out and then the tacos go bad and then you ruin you waste money, you waste time, you waste the food that you made because you don't want it. And like I said to her, look what Mitzi's doing. Like Mitzi changed the way that she's balancing her like going out with her friends and what she meal preps for the week. And she batch meal preps. And that's the perfect way to do it, right?
That's how I do it.
You cook your protein, you cook some veggies, and then you have it for a couple days, right? And if you want tacos, you eat tacos. You want a breakfast skillet, you eat a breakfast skillet. You want chicken and rice with your veggies, you make chicken and rice with your veggies. But you don't meal prep your actual meal. You meal prep the condiments, would you say? Your proteins, your veggies, whatever. Like whatever you could put into something else. You meal prep
the base of your food. You meal prep a bunch of rice, a bunch of protein, stuff I would do like shredded chicken, honestly, instead of big hunks of chicken breast, or shred it afterwards, because when you reheat chicken, you want it to be shredded.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, just prep a bunch of it for half the week and then you're good. I think the big thing with balance is figure out where you feel off. Do you say no to things too much that you shouldn't? Do you say yes to things too much that you shouldn't? Figure out where it is. Figure out where you need to start saying yes to things and where you need to start saying no to things. And part of that's just having an honest conversation about where you are at with your life. And I think that's the hardest part about balance is you have to be very, very real with yourself about where you're at. And then you have to make a plan to do something different. And then you have to do it. Yeah. You have to do something different. If your plan isn't working, guess what's not going to work? Doing the plan.
Right, like doing the same thing.
You have to change the plan. You have to revise it. So you make a new plan and then you execute said plan. And then you slip up because everyone slips shit up all the time. And instead of getting mad at yourself, you get back on track. And then when you know that you're going to get off track, you plan ahead and you don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, I think that's the key. That's the key that like
make a
people
plan.
Should take away.
Make a plan.
Yeah, is make a plan, but also like you said, like be smart about it and prepare for when you know you are going to mess up. Like because now your balance becomes like, you know, like I said, you're not sacrificing and you're not feeling bad about it, but you have a plan that you're going to have that bad weekend and then you're going to get right back on it. You're not going to let yourself go for days on end. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always going to be an opportunity where you go on vacation or you go out with your friends for their birthdays and whatever. But if you are mentally prepared for that and you prep yourself beforehand and you're like, okay, I'm going to have a couple days of crap and then I'm going to come back to it and get right back at it. And you do that, that's balanced to me.
But I will say this,
you know,
when you get derailed, there are still ways that you can plan. This is all about planning, really. Balance is about planning, honestly. Now that I'm talking about this. When you plan for an off day, week, weekend, whatever it is, you can also plan ahead so that you're not so off. I think that people, they'll go out for the weekend and they'll go on a trip. And it's like, in my mind, I already know I'm packing protein shakes. Maybe I'll bring a couple bags of rice. Maybe if I'm out for a whole week on a trip, I'll like grab a rotisserie chicken. Shout out to rotisserie chicken.
Rotisserie chicken's the shit.
Love rotisserie chicken. You know, I have ways to make meals that are healthier. I also will look up restaurants that have better options. I find food places that have better options. People they go on a trip and they get this whatever, I'm planning for chaos, and they make it the most chaotic thing. And you don't have to do that. Plan for chaos.
Right.
But controlled chaos. Like, okay, go out to eat at a restaurant, have some drinks, maybe instead of freaking spinach and artichoke dip and like mashed potatoes and this or like chicken Alfredo, have like salmon and rice.
Right.
Have a couple drinks, have some salmon and rice, you know, share a dessert. Instead of like having your own dessert. They're just little ways to make the chaos
easier on yourself.
Yeah, and also then you can say, not only did I go through the chaos, not only did I have my free weekend, I had my time off, but I also still was in control of everything that I did. And that will make you feel better going into those situations again. And when you go back on track, you'll have zero regrets. You'll have we ate bad, but we had tacos.
We ate bad for us.
We had tacos. We had a couple sushi rolls.
Which in turn is because we planned, you know, like the more that you do that and the more that you plan and the more that you're able to balance like having your off days, the more you kind of don't really crave the real bad shit even when you go out. Like we were picking the meals that we wanted to eat, looking at the menu before we even got there. Not because like every normal person looks at the menu before you go to a restaurant, but specifically because there was one restaurant that I was like, this is a really nice restaurant. Let's go here for your birthday. And we were like, oh, well, it's Italian food. So it's going to be a ton of acidity, right? Like all this acid sitting in your stomach. We're going to feel terrible. Like I can't eat like red sauce like I would like to, or I can't eat like all of that oil that we would be eating. So we decided not to go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we could have found something if we went, but it's just like we know better and we didn't crave it that bad to want to go.
We don't care. Yeah. So we
the
went and got
chicken tenders and the french fries was the worst thing that we got.
Yeah, so we went and got sushi. We had drinks. Even our drinks, honestly, it was like tequila, club soda, lime.
We literally drank tequila and water all night.
Yeah, the whole night. Yeah. So when you know that something's coming, you can still plan for it to not be so bad. And I don't know. I think that a plan is the biggest thing for balance. Once you have something, I back up. Once you know where you are, you can aim at something and then you can continue to shoot at it until you get it right. Like that's Jordan Peterson's whole thing. He's like, find a target. Aim at it. Find an aim. Shoot at it. And practice until you make it.
Yeah.
And so that's balance. And then when you know that you're going to miss, just make it not so bad. Still hit the target. Just doesn't have to be the bullseye.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good analogy, Abigail. That was pretty good.
Dude, I'm insightful.
That was awesome. That was insightful as fuck, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think that's what balance is. Balance is planning. There's nothing really spontaneous about balance.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's such a hard question. Like when it's just like I said in the beginning when we first started talking about this, like everybody always asks me about it. And it's always so hard because there's so much to it. And like we said, like everybody's relationship is different. The way that you plan is different. Everybody's goals are different. Like you got to find what works for you in
People's
planning.
balance.
And yeah.
What people consider balanced is different.
Right.
Some people, my version of what balance is isn't what yours is. And
right.
Yours is not mine.
Like, yours I'm able to be chaotic and be balanced. And some people can't do that, and that's okay.
No, I cannot.
But if you plan, right? If you plan, like, we're suggesting that you do, and your version of balance you become comfortable with, then that's your balance. You just don't get yourself to a point where you feel so chaotic that you feel like everything that you're doing is derailing all your progress. Like, I hate that when people are like, they just feel like they're not in it and they're doing all the wrong things. And it's like, well, probably because you're doing the same thing over and over again. And that's being a psycho because obviously it's not working. So why are you doing the same thing? Pick a new plan, right? Like go back to square one, pick a new plan and follow that new plan. So that way that'll work because you doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to see results when you're not getting results is chaotic.
And it's insanity.
It's insanity, right.
That's what the definition is. It's like a famous quote.
Right.
I think introspection is very key here. Like, I think that people's biggest problem is they have a very hard time being honest with themselves. And I know I have had that before because honesty is brutal sometimes. And you have to understand where you are. And then you also have to understand not only where you want to go, but give yourself room for reevaluation. Because 5 years ago, what I would have considered was what I wanted my balanced life to look like is completely different than what it is today.
Yeah.
And it takes constant evaluation and reevaluation and failure and success. And you have to figure out where that is for you. And when you do that, you can figure out where you have to go. But you have to sit with yourself first, And so figure out what balance is for you. Figure out the life that you want, because if it doesn't feel right and you're constantly scared about derailing your progress, it's probably not right.
Yeah, it's probably not right.
So you should probably figure out a different plan, Yep. What other people's plan is doesn't have to be yours. Their perfect balanced life doesn't have to be yours. And so if your whole body is telling you that this is wrong, it probably is. And you should probably listen to it and then have that time with yourself to evaluate and make a plan. I mean, I think that's really the summary of what balance is.
Yeah, true.
And
where
don't
do you feel like you're unbalanced?
Where do I feel like I'm unbalanced?
Yeah, where do you feel like you're unbalanced in like what you do in life?
I think that,
or between fitness and your normal life.
I think that I'm unbalanced because I'm always 100 and something, and I get really hyper focused, and so for me, it'll be, I will go super hard on social media. I'll edit, like the past 2 days, man. I've been like making reels, editing reels, saving it up in my drafts, making content, saving content, everything. And I've been doing my online business, working on building my online business, meeting with potential client. Like that's everything is like online social business. Mm-hmm. And then in person, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm still there, but I'm not 100% there.
Yeah.
And so I need to be able to understand that you have to flip on and flip off. I have to be able to do that. I have to be able to not hyper focus on one thing. Or if I do focus on one thing, to know when I need to turn that off and flip to something else.
Mm-hmm. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes. So I'll get super into my training sessions. Mm-hmm. Other things become compromised because of that.
Yep.
I don't lose it.
But you're not giving it everything that you could because you're so focused on one thing.
But I'm juggling wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so I have to reevaluate and start juggling better. And it usually happens, honestly, where I get off balance is I will not eat great. I won't sleep great. It's like my two stilts on my beach house are off, and everything in the house is fucked up. And so
I could see that.
If those are on, I'm much better.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure.
Why do you feel like you're unbalanced?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like, and I know this might sound like really weird because I feel like this is all like we post about, but I feel like where I'm unbalanced is giving like full effort into my actual fitness because I have my eggs in so many other baskets. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I have such a bad habit of like I love my workout time.
Oh, it stopped filming again. Just keep going.
No, it didn't. It's still on.
No, it's not. This is like deja vu. It turned off, I swear.
Did it turn off?
Yeah.
Fuck. Whatever. This part's not gonna have a video.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
We'll just take it out.
We'll just take it out. It's
reevaluate.
Fine. Hey guys, sorry we don't have a video. It's fine. I fucked up and there's
it'll cut out for the last bit. Can you put the photos of us though?
Yeah, I'll put the photos on. We'll just make this the last part. I feel like I'm unbalanced because like my problem is I have my eggs in so many different baskets kind of equally because I try to get to everything throughout the course of my day that like I sacrifice my fitness. Like I'll be on a run and like somebody will call me and like I just feel like other people are more important than myself. So I'll fucking answer the phone call while I'm on a run. And Drew will be like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm like 5 miles deep into my run. I'll be like, okay, call me in a mile. I'm like, okay. Whereas like I could have just finished that mile and called him back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like I could have like, as of recently, this past week is like the first time ever I've put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Literally. And Stefano like had a heart attack because he texted me and I didn't answer. And he was like, where are you? Text me again. Okay, or you're not just going to answer my text. And I literally took my phone off of Do Not Disturb because I was running. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever done that. And that just goes to show that I never do that because I would willingly drop my shit for other people or other things that I need to be doing. And like, that's where I sacrifice because that is my time.
So you think you need to start saying no to other people and other endeavors when you're in your training session?
Yeah, like stop being like I wouldn't say I'm as much as a yes person as I used to be, but I do have a very bad habit of being that yes person. So that way I'm constantly like, yeah, I could do this, yeah, I could do that, and I will do it and I will get it done.
But you'll also like so maybe not even during your training sessions. Let's say you have a perfectly peaceful training session, you did your nutrition for it, whatever. You'll do work until midnight. And then wake up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So you'll get crappy sleep, which affects your training session.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So like everything that I do, it kind of like sacrifices my training. And I wouldn't consider myself like a bad athlete. Like I think I have potential. I just think I could have better results if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Which I'm also like so like gung-ho about what I'm doing. So it's kind of like weird to say that because I am very passionate about like what I do and I wish I wasn't that way, but it's definitely a fault of mine.
But that's a cool realization that you're making, that you can be honest with yourself, even though it's kind of brutal. It's like, fuck, I really am so passionate about this, but I'm actually not giving it my all. I mean, I could say the same thing about jiu-jitsu right now. If I really cared about jiu-jitsu and competing, I would take this injury that I have way more seriously.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm still trying to train around it. I'm like still not super great on my recovery and try like, am I way better than I used to be? Like, dude, I'm getting chiro, massage, sauna, I'm changing my programming. But if I really cared,
you would stop and you would take the time to actually rehab before you went back into it.
But that's a brutally honest point to come to with yourself. And you just did that, realizing, damn, I really need to start making sure my workouts are good, which means I need to start sleeping better. I need to start.
I need to get my shit together.
Right. I need to start. I need to start not burning myself out so much that on the weekend I can't do shit. Like you can't. You almost feel like you can't do a recovery run or stretch or whatever because you're just laid up on the couch. Like I need to chill.
Yeah. Like Sundays, I gotta force myself to literally do absolutely nothing.
But instead, it's like you have to figure out maybe how to balance your week so that when you go into the weekend, you can still go on a walk, stretch, get a little work done, and not feel like you have to just lay up on the couch. Then it's an option for you, right? Like if you want to watch a show, you're like, cool, I can watch a show. Instead of being like, I have to watch a show because if I don't, I'm going to go into the week trashed.
Right. Yeah, it's true. You're right. Yeah.
Welcome to
welcome to BarTalk. No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome to Abigail's
welcome
podcast.
to Abigail Talk. Thanks for coming to BarTalk. No, it's very true. Honesty is the best policy. Yeah. It's hard to do that though with yourself. I mean, that takes a lot of time to be brutally honest with yourself. It takes a lot. It takes other people telling you, and then you coming to the realization sometimes. But I mean, it is a hard thing to do.
Yeah. So,
but we're all getting better.
Yeah,
we're all out here getting better.
Figure out where you're at. Figure out where you want to go. Make a plan to be there. Plan for slip ups. Plan to not slip up so hard that you crash and burn. And also live a little. Have some fun.
Mm-hmm. Live a little, laugh a lot. Bum, bum, bum.
God,
have some
dude.
tequila, soda,
Cheesy
and lime.
Today.
Have some tequila, soda, and lime. That was a great drink all night. I could do tequila, soda, and lime all the time.
Dude, she wanted the pineapple fruity shit, and you were like, by the end of the night, you're like, thank you so much for picking those drinks out for us. Yeah, I was craving
pineapple juice, and thank God I didn't do that because that's just sugary. I would have had a bad hangover.
Dude, end of the night, you were like, dude, I'm so glad you picked out our drinks.
Yeah. I like me good tequila.
We balled out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, y'all. Cool. Sounds good.
We out. I'll see you next week. Tracey will see you next week on BarTalk.
Okay, bye.
BarTalk. Okay, bye.
Hello?